Every year, Dixon Mall in Cleveland, Ohio, hosted the biggest Black Friday event in the state. People camped outside the glass doors, wrapped in blankets, clutching coupons like lottery tickets. But this year, something felt different. Michelle Carter, a 32-year-old nurse, had just finished her shift and decided to grab a few deals before heading home. She arrived at the mall at 2:58 a.m., just 2 minutes before opening. As she walked toward the entrance, she noticed the crowd was unusually quiet. No chatter, no excitement, no arguing. Just rows of people standing perfectly still, staring straight ahead. Michelle frowned. "You guys okay?" she joked nervously. No one responded. The doors open early for her. At exactly 3 a.m., the automatic doors opened with a soft chime. But something odd happened. The doors didn't open for the whole line. They opened only on the side where Michelle stood. Everyone else remained motionless. Michelle stepped inside cautiously. The mall was fully lit, soft jazz music playing overhead. It looked normal, almost too normal. Then the doors slid shut behind her. She turned back. The crowd outside had vanished. Gone, all of them. The mannequin sale. Michelle walked deeper inside the mall. As she passed the big clothing store, Holloway's Fashion, she saw mannequins lined up wearing the latest Black Friday deals. Except they were in strange poses. Hands reaching out, faces tilted as if watching her. And then she realized something horrifying. Their eyes were real, human eyes. She froze. One of the mannequin's heads jerked slightly, its lips twitching. Michelle stumbled backwards, heart racing. A voice crackled through the mall speakers. "Attention shoppers, our Black Friday sale has begun. Everything must go. Everyone must stay." The chase. The mannequins stepped off their platforms. Slow at first, then faster. Michelle bolted down the corridor as dozens of them moved toward her, their limbs creaking like old wood. She ran past the food court. Every table had a mannequin sitting perfectly still, heads turning as she sprinted by. She ran past the electronics store. Rows of mannequins stood inside, holding TVs and laptops like offerings. "Help!" she screamed. Her voice echoed back at her. The mall was completely empty except for them. And then she heard footsteps behind her. Not mannequin footsteps, human. Michelle spun around. A mall security guard stood there, breathing heavily. "Thank God, something's wrong." He shook his head slowly. His eyes were hollow, his skin pale, and his voice didn't sound like his own when he said, "You came too early. You shouldn't have come alone. We needed one more." Behind him, the mannequins gathered, forming a circle around her. The last customer. The next morning, shoppers arrived for the big sale. The mall looked normal. Bright lights, music playing, deals posted everywhere. But inside Holloway's Fashion, a new mannequin stood at the entrance, wearing Michelle's clothes. Her eyes frozen wide in terror. A sale tag hanging from her wrist read, "Black Friday Special, $19.99, one of a kind." And if you walk close enough, you can still hear her whisper, "Don't shop alone." Black Friday in the small town of Riverton, Ohio was always chaotic, but this year felt different. The air outside the massive Grand Mart superstore was ice cold, and the crowd of shoppers wrapped around the building like a restless beast waiting to burst through the doors. But Evan Marshall, a 27-year-old store employee, felt something else in that crowd, an uneasy silence under the excitement, like a heartbeat out of rhythm. He scanned the line. People were bundled in coats, hats, gloves, except one person.
At the far end was a woman in a thin white dress, barefoot on the freezing ground, her head bowed, her hair covering her face. She wasn't holding a ticket, wasn't talking, wasn't shivering. She just stood there. Evan blinked. When he looked again, she was gone. The doors opened early. The official opening time was 4 a.m., but at 3:47, the automatic doors slid open by themselves. No one was near the sensors. The crowd cheered and surged inside. Evan shouted, "Stop! Wait! They're not supposed to open yet!" But no one listened, not even his manager. People pushed carts, sprinted toward electronics, grabbing televisions, laptops, and game consoles. Evan hurried to shut the doors again, but they were stuck, wide open. A cold breeze seeped inside, and the overhead lights began to flicker. That's when he saw her again. The woman in the white dress. She was standing at the entrance now, still barefoot, still silent, but this time her face was visible. Her skin was pale blue, lips cracked, and her eyes were completely black, like deep holes. She lifted her arm and pointed, not at Evan, at the crowd. The screaming started. A woman in the electronics aisle dropped a TV and clutched her throat, choking. A man near the clothing section began coughing violently as if he were inhaling smoke. Shoppers panicked, trampling each other as the lights flickered faster and faster until they finally went out. Pitch black. Only the emergency exit lights glowed red. Through the dark, Evan heard footsteps. Not running footsteps, dragging ones. Something moved between the aisles, breathing, groaning. People screamed all around him, but the screams didn't sound normal. They sounded layered, like more than one voice coming from a single throat. Evan ducked behind a display shelf. His phone buzzed. A news alert. He opened it with trembling hands. Riverton police found body of missing woman behind Grand Mart today. Time of death, approx 1 year ago. A photo loaded beneath the text. Evan's heart stopped. It was her, the barefoot woman in the white dress. The Black Friday that never ended. The emergency lights shut off, and in the darkness, the woman's voice whispered right next to his ear. "Help me. You all walked past me last year." The store doors slammed shut with a violent bang. Everyone inside was trapped. Anyone driving by that morning saw the parking lot empty, the sale banner still blowing in the wind, but no one ever saw a single shopper come out. Not even Evan. And every Black Friday since, the Grand Mart doors open 13 minutes early, letting in people who never walk out again.
Every year, Ridgeway Superstore in Bentonville, Arkansas held a midnight Black Friday sale that people went crazy for. But this time, the crowd wasn't the only thing waiting for the doors to open. Tom Larson, a 29-year-old delivery driver, hated crowds, but he needed a new laptop for school. He arrived around 11:40 p.m., hoping to sneak in before the craziness. The parking lot was already overflowing. People pressed against the windows, hands slapped the glass, breath fogged the doors. But the crowd wasn't shouting or pushing. They were completely silent, just staring inside the store. Tom swallowed hard. "Weird crowd," he muttered. The countdown. At 11:59, the intercom crackled to life. "Welcome, shoppers! Black Friday begins now!" The door slid open. The crowd didn't run, didn't scream, didn't shove. They just walked inside, slowly, calmly, like they were being guided. Tom followed behind, uneasy.
The inside of the store was bright but empty of employees. No cashiers, no greeters, no security. Just rows of sale signs hanging from the ceiling. 50% off. Buy one, get one free. Doorbuster deal. But some signs were wrong. One said, "Leave your body, take a new one." He blinked. When he looked again, it read, "Leave with a smile." The man in the black hoodie. Tom headed to the electronics aisle. But before he got there, he saw him. A tall man in a black hoodie, standing motionless at the end of the aisle. His back was turned. His shoulders were trembling like he was laughing or crying. Tom called out, "Hey man, you okay?" The man's head snapped around too fast. His hood fell back, revealing a face stretched unnaturally wide, eyes shaking inside the sockets like they didn't fit. He whispered, "They don't let you leave empty-handed." Then he suddenly started laughing, an ugly, broken laugh, and sprinted into another aisle. The trap. Tom hurried toward the laptop section, but instead of customers fighting for the deals, every single person stood perfectly still, staring up at the store's ceiling speakers. And those speakers began whispering, "Take the deal, take the deal, take the deal." Then every shopper turned toward Tom at the same time, dozens of heads snapping in sync, their eyes black, their mouths hanging open like puppets. Tom stumbled backward, dropping the laptop he grabbed. He ran toward the front door, but the door was now gone. Just wall, no exit, no windows, just aisles and aisles of people slowly walking toward him like they were part of some ritual. Check out lane 13. Tom darted behind the checkout counter. A sign flickered above one of the lanes. Lane 13, final purchase. Against his better judgment, he looked. On the conveyor belt lay his own wallet, his own keys, even his phone. But he never placed them there. A distorted voice came from the cashier speaker. "Every Black Friday has one final customer. Today, it's you." The shoppers closed in around him, missing. The next morning, people arrived for the real Black Friday sale. Everything was normal. Employees returned. Doors were open. Crowds rushed inside. But no one noticed that lane 13 now had a new poster. Doorbuster deal, Tom Larson, limited edition. And behind the poster, in the reflection of the glass, a face could be seen. Tom's, mouth open, screaming silently, trapped inside the store forever.
Don't forget to subscribe for more scary stories. Thank you for watching.